the wife of Amir ibn Rabi'a. You know, Abdullah ibn Rabi'a or Amir ibn Rabi'a, right? One who made hijrah, one who went along with Amr ibn al-As to the land of Abyssinia. So he met the wife of Amir ibn Rabi'a, right? So Umar asked that, "Oh Layla, where are you going?" She said, "Oh Umar, we live in Mecca, we have accepted Islam, we cannot practice Islam because you people cause pain, you're persecuting us. So now I'm making hijrah to the land of Abyssinia." So Umar, he told her, "Sahibatki as-salama," right? May peace be with you, may you have a safe journey. Umar was the enemy of Islam. He was preventing people from making hijrah. Now this woman, Layla, the wife of Amir ibn Rabi'a, making hijrah. And Umar is saying to her that may peace be with you, may you have a safe journey. This was unusual statement coming out from the mouth of Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So it shows that he had some sort of sympathy for this woman, for the Muslim, right? So, when she heard this, she was surprised. She went straight to her husband, Amir ibn Rabi'a, right? And she said, "You know what? I met Umar on the way. And he asked me, where are you going?" I said, "I'm making hijrah." And he said, "May the peace be on you, may you have a safe journey." Amir ibn Rabi'a said, Are you okay? Do you think Umar would ever accept Islam? She said, "Maybe. He might accept Islam, who knows?" He said, Amir ibn Rabi'a, he said that Umar will not accept Islam until the donkey of his father accepts Islam. In other words, there is no possibility for Umar to accept Islam. Get rid of that. Take that out of your mind. You think Umar will ever accept Islam? No. Right? Umar will only accept Islam if the donkey of his father accepts Islam. In other words, he will never accept Islam. Right? So this is what happened. So now, Umar radiallahu ta'ala, he says, after this incident, Umar says that I love to drink. I used to drink a lot. Right? I loved wine. And I had friends who I used to go out at night to drink. So one night we decided that we will meet at such a place in Mecca. And from there, we will go to a certain location, we will sit, we will drink, and we will party all night. So Sayyidina Umar says that I went, but I found nobody there. Right? Nobody came, nobody showed up. And the pub was also closed. So I was wandering in the street of Mecca. What should I do? So I decided that instead of walking around in the streets of Mecca, let me go to Al-Kaaba and let me make tawaf of Al-Kaaba. Right? As I said, he was a mushrik, but they would make tawaf of Al-Kaaba. Right? So he decided to go to Al-Kaaba and make tawaf of Al-Kaaba. When he goes closer to Al-Kaaba, guess who he finds? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was facing Al-Kaaba and making salat. He was praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sayyidina Umar says that I came closer to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but he did not felt my presence. And one riwayah shows that he said that I sneaked in. I went closer to him with the intention of killing him. And another version says I went closer to him with the intention of listening to what he was reciting. So I went closer to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I came really close, but Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not sense my presence because maybe he was on the other side, right? He was, looking at Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam from a distance, right? So he says, I went closer to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and I could hear him reciting. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in his salah, and he was reciting Suratul Haqqa. He was reciting Suratul Al-Haqqatu mal-Haqqa wa ma adraka mal-Haqqa. He was reciting this surah. I was listening to his wonderful recitation. I said to myself that this must be a words of a poet. Right? The next ayah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam recited, وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ شَاعِرٍ. Right? قَلِيلًا مَا تُؤْمِنُونَ. This is not the word of a poet. Little you believe. So I said to myself, amazing. How does he know? Right? What's in my heart? I said, these are not the words of a poet. And he said, وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ شَاعِرٍ قَلِيلًا مَا تُؤْمِنُونَ. Amazing. And then he said, I said to myself that this must be the words of soothsayers. So the next ayah he recited, وَلَا بِقَوْلِ كَاهِنٍ قَلِيلًا مَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. These are not the words of soothsayer. Little you realize. Right? So now Umar says, this was the first step in me coming closer to Islam. Now the foundation of kufr was cracked. And you can realize now, the foundation of kufr was cracked. But he wasn't still there. He wasn't there yet. He wasn't there yet. Right? He still had the hatred for the Muslims and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says, one day I decided to kill Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to bring an end to all of this. Right? He heard that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was with his followers in Darul Arqam. He says, I picked up my sword and I was on my way to kill Rasulullah. Now he knew that if I try to kill Rasulullah, I may kill him, but people will kill me also, because Rasulullah was being guarded by Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib, Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib, and many of the companions. Right? So I may lay my hands on him, but I'm not going to be safe. They will kill me. But he was ready. Right? He was determined to do that. So he was on his way with his sword. Who does he meet on his way? Nu'aym. Right? He meets one of his relatives, Nu'aym. And Nu'aym says he saw evil and anger in the eyes of Umar. So he asked Umar, where are you going? Right? He said, to kill Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He said, why don't you take care of your own family first? Right? Muhammad sallallahu, you want to kill Muhammad? How about your own family? Your sister, your brother-in-law, both have accepted Islam. Your sister Fatima and your brother-in-law Sa'id. Who is Sa'id? Sa'id is one of Asharatul Mubashshara. He is the son of Zayd bin Nawfal. Right? Sa'id bin Nawfal, right? Sa'id bin Zayd. He was the son of Zayd bin Nawfal. You know, the one who worshipped Allah in the time of Jahiliyyah. Right? So Umar, he changed his course. He headed straight to his sister's house. And Khabbab ibn al-Arat, he was there teaching both Fatima and Sa'id Surah Taha. Right? So Umar, when he heard the footsteps of Umar, what did Khabbab do? He went into hiding. He went into hiding. And Fatima, she put the scrolls under her thigh. She hid it under her thighs. Umar asked that, what was it that I heard? She said, nothing. Umar said, what were you reciting? You were reciting something. He said, Umar said, I heard you that you have become Muslims. And he started beating Sa'id and he started punching him. Right? So Fatima came to his defense. Right? And Umar hit her as well with such a force that she began to bleed. Right? And when she was bleeding, Umar felt sorry for her own sister. Umar felt sorry. And Umar radiallahu anhu apologized. So Fatima said that both of us, we have accepted Islam. Do whatever you want. We will never leave Islam. Right? Umar said, give me the scrolls that you were reciting from. So Fatima said, I cannot give it to you because you're not clean. You're unclean. So Umar radiallahu anhu, he went and he made wudu. He washed himself. Then he came back and he asked for scrolls. And she presented the scroll, and he recited the opening ayats of Surah Taha. And when he recited the opening ayats of Surah Taha, he said, these are the wonderful words. And Khabbab ibn al-Arat, at that time, he came out from hiding. And he said that, Umar, I hope that Allah have chosen you to accept Islam. Because yesterday, I heard the Prophet ﷺ making dua, that, oh Allah, strengthen Islam with either the Islam of Umar or Abu Jahl ibn Hisham. Right? I hope that Allah has accepted you for Islam. Right? Umar, he said, I want to become Muslim. Take me to Rasulullah ﷺ. Tell me where Rasulullah ﷺ is. So Khabbab said he is having a meeting in Darul Arqam. So Sayyidina Umar, he goes with his sword to Rasulullah ﷺ, holding his sword. Right? Rasulullah ﷺ was having a secret meeting with his companions because even at that time Islam was spreading underground. Right? So when Umar knocks on the door, one of the Sahabis stands up, and he sees Umar. And he goes back to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and says, Ya Rasulullah, Umar is standing with a sword in his hand. Right? So Hamza bin Abdul Muttalib, he stood up. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I will go and open the door, and I will face him. Right? If he comes with the good intention, we will accept. If not, I will kill him there and then. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said no. Right? Remain where you are seated. I will go, and I will open the door. And if he comes with the good intention, we will embrace him. We will accept him. But if not, then we will kill him. I will kill him. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he opened the door, and Sayyidina Umar there and there, he took the shahada. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu annaka Rasulullah. And he entered into the fold of Islam. So this was the Islam of Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala. So now we've covered the Islam of Sayyidina Hamza and Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala. So we've looked at the hijrah to Abyssinia, and we've looked at why the hijrah was made to Abyssinia, what was the reason, why did they leave the blessed land of Mecca and migrate to Abyssinia.